dear students, welcome to the second semester, and in our second semester let us move on to a very interesting lesson written by Mark Tuley. The name of the lesson is India Through the Eyes of a Foreigner. Here the author Mark Tuley is the foreigner and he writes about India and its people, culture, tradition, everything. Okay, so that's why the name of this lesson is India Through the Eyes of a Foreigner. How he explains us the beauty of India through his experiences. Okay, because he worked in India many years and he had written so many books, notable books about India and its people, culture, traditions, its beauty, everything. Okay, so now let us learn, read and understand what Mark Tuley explained here, or what he wanted to tell us through this lesson. Okay, so let us learn something about Mark Tuley before we go to the explanation part, right? Okay, so here the author of this lesson is Sir William Mark Tuley and is the former Bureau of Chief of BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation. Okay, so he was working here in India as the Bureau Chief of BBC, and he was born on 24th October 1935 in Kolkata. He was born in Kolkata in India, and the awards he received like Padma Bhushan and Padma Shri and many other notable awards for his contribution. Okay, and his books were many notable books he had written. Among them, these are the most famous one, notable one: No Full Stops in India, India in Slow Motion, The Heart of India, India's Unending Journey. Okay, so these are the most notable books of Mark Tuley about India. Okay, all his books were about India. Here I written on the board, and the occupation as a journalist and the writer, the author. Okay, so the full name of Mark Tuley is Sir William Mark Tuley, and he worked in India as the Bureau Chief of BBC. He was born on 24th October 1935 in Calcutta. Awards he received like Padma Bhushan and Padma Shri. His notable books are No Full Stops in India, India in Slow Motion, The Heart of India, India's Unending Journey and many more. And occupation, journalist and writer. Okay, so now let us move on to the introductory part, the pre-reading activity, listening and speaking. You have to listen. So this lesson is about these many points that I am going to read. Just listen to me, okay? In this short account of his experiences in India, Mark Tuley tells us why he likes India and Indians very much. He gives word pictures of India's natural beauty and the beauty of India's social, religious and cultural activities. There are beautiful descriptions of the ways in which we worship the Almighty. In the end, he says he has been accepted as a part of India. This thought makes him feel good. So, in this short account of his experiences in India, this lesson is a very short lesson. In this short lesson only, he tried to explain the beauty of India, its culture, the tradition, the people, how the people of different religions celebrate different types of festivals in different ways, and the languages he spoke about, the culture, the dances, the songs, or there are so many things like natural beauty also he described in this small context here. Okay, and in the end he says he has been accepted as a part of India. Being a foreigner, the people of India accepted him as a part of this beautiful nation, and this thought makes him feel good. So he feels so happy, and he too liked India, its culture, tradition, beauty, people, everything that you can see here. Most of his books are about India and its culture, tradition, people, beauty only. Okay, so this lesson tells us about the beauty, people, culture, tradition, everything. So now let us move on to the explanation part of the lesson. So now, dear students, I am going to read paragraph number 1. You have to open page number 59 and concentrate or follow my reading. Okay, paragraph number 1. I soon realized that it was not going to be difficult to get involved in India. From day 1, I was surrounded by friends. The friends my predecessors introduced me to the staff of All India Radio, the members of the press club and my new neighbors. Many are still good friends. It's through them that I have become involved in their country. Now, when I am asked why I am staying on, I reply, because of my friends. So, what is the meaning of involved? Let's see first, okay? Involved means closely connected in relationships and activities of others, okay? When Mark Tully came to India as the chief of British Broadcasting Corporation here in India, when he came here to take charge, very soon he realized that it was not going to be difficult to get involved in India, to involve with the people of India or the activities or the job, whatever it may be. He found it very comfortable here when he came to India. From the day he joined, I was surrounded, that means he was surrounded with the friends my predecessors introduced me in my office here. What is the meaning of predecessors? Predecessors means a person who held a job or office before the current holder. So, the previous chief, one who was taking charge of BBC office here in India, he introduced all other staff of BBC. So that's why they become friends of Mark Tully. Okay, predecessors means a person who held a job or office before the current holder. So before leaving their job, they introduced Mark Tully to the other office bearers there, and so that they become very good friends of him, and he felt so comfortable to work there. They become his friends, he said. Many are still good friends. Till today, many of the officers or many of his friends in his previous office were still good friends, and it's through them that I have become involved in their country. In their country means he is a foreigner, right? In their country means India, our country. Okay, so very easily, very comfortably he adjusted here with the people, with the food, with the culture, tradition, whatever it is. They made him so comfortable, and because of his friends only, he started to enjoy living in India, he says. And now when everyone asks me, why are you still living in India, or why are you staying in India still, aren't you going back to your country? By that time his reply will be, because of my friends. It's only because of my friends I am staying in India. I wanted to live in India, says here Mark Tully. Okay, so he was born in India, then he went abroad to get his education. After that, appointing as the chief of BBC of Indian office, he came here, and very easily he adjusted with the people of India and its culture, he says here, because as we all know, we Indians, we have a quality of Atithi Devo Bhava, right? It is our tradition to welcome whoever comes here. We welcome them, we make them more comfortable, as we all know that India is a country of unity and in diversity. The people of different caste, religions, the people who follows different types of traditions, everyone, we are living here in unity. Okay, we are celebrating each and every festival in unity, right? So that's why here Mark Tully was also accepted by each and every Indian like he is our guest. Okay, so there is a very famous saying, Atithi Devo Bhava, we have to treat our guests like gods, right? So that's why here said, because of this nature of Indians, Mark Tully was also accepted as one amongst us, okay, like an Indian only. Okay, so now let us move on to paragraph number 2 here. That of course is only part of the truth. I am drawn to India by its beauty, particularly its natural beauty. Recently, I was beside a campfire in the Great Himalayan National Park watching the snow-covered mountains glitter in the sunset. A week later, I was in Kerala in the extreme south, sitting in my bathing trunks, looking out over the Arabian Sea as the sun slid like a great red dome below the horizon. There are the smells of India too, which evoke such nostalgia. There is the dry scent of early summer in Delhi as the blue jacaranda, scarlet gulmohars and the other trees comes into flower. The sweet smell of the queen of the night and the freshness of the first of the pine trees in the foothills of the Himalayas after a long, hot and dusty drive across the plains. There are the folk songs and the classical music with ragas that start with such austerity and end in ecstasy here. So he says, whenever someone asks what he used to reply them, because of my friends stay in India. But he says, more than that, I have so many reasons for my stay back in India. He says, that of course, that means because of my friends I am living in India is one of the reason or one part of the truth. But the other part of the truth is the beauty of India made him to stay here, particularly its natural beauty. He says he explored all over India, he traveled to many beautiful places of India, he says, and he says here, recently I was beside a campfire in the Great Himalayan National Park. Great Himalayan National Park means here the reserved forest. He was sitting over there beside a campfire and he was watching the beautiful sunset. The snow-covered mountains glitter in the sunset. Okay, when the sun rays falls on the snow-covered mountains, it shines, it glitters, and he was sitting beside the campfire when he visited the Great Himalayan National Park, which is in Himachal Pradesh, okay, which is in Himachal Pradesh, reserved forest it is, okay. So snow-covered mountains glitter in the sunset, it looks so beautiful, he says. After 1 week he travelled to Kerala, he went to Kerala in the extreme south of India, and he was sitting in his bathing trunks. The bathing trunks means bathrobes we can say, okay, looking out over the Arabian Sea, and he was watching the most beautiful Arabian Sea when the sun was about to set, and it was looking like a great red dome in the horizon. What do you mean by dome and horizon? Let's see here. Horizon means the line at which the earth's surface and skies appears to meet, okay, when the sky and the here the line at which the earth's surface and the sky, here sea and the sky is supposed to meet each other, okay, it looks like that, okay. And dome means a large hemispherical roof or ceiling, okay. So when the sun sets in the sea in the evening, by that time it looks like a great red dome, a hemispherical shape we can say here, a large hemispherical roof or ceiling, actually dome, but the sun is looking like a dome here, okay. He says, he explains, there are the smells of India too. Later he tells us here about the smells of India, okay. What is that? Which evokes such nostalgia, means it takes us back somewhere. He says, there is the dry scent of early summer in Delhi. During the early summer in Delhi, you can smell the most beautiful smells of blue jacarandas, because during summer season some of the trees blooms with flowers like mayflower and all, right. So here he says, in Delhi, on the streets of Delhi, some of the trees blooms with the most beautiful colorful flowers like blue color jacarandas and the scarlet gulmohar. Scarlet means red, okay, red color gulmohar flowers, and other trees when they come into flower, it gives out very sweet smell, he says. And at night when the queen of the night, a flower called queen of the night, when it blooms, the smell of it will take us to the different world, he says. And the freshness of the first of the pine trees in the foothills of the Himalayas after a long, hot and dusty drive across the plains. Plains means here a large area of flat land with few trees. What do you mean by plains? A large area of flat land with only few trees. When you travel through these flat land with only few trees, when you reach to the foothills of the Himalayas, because of those pine trees grown on the Himalayan mountain ranges or the foothills of the Himalayas. It gives us fresh air. We feel very happy by seeing the beautiful greenery over there, as well as the air what we breathe. It gives us relaxation after traveling from a long distance in a hot and dusty drive. You feel so much relaxed when you reach to the foothills of the Himalayas. Okay, there are the folk songs and the classical music with ragas that start with such austerity and end in ecstasy. So here you also spoke about the folk songs. As we all know, our nation, there are many states, as well as the people, those who are living here belong to different religions. The tribes are also there, and we follow different customs, different languages we speak, different traditions we follow, and each state contains different types of music, dances or many other art forms, right? So which makes our nation, our India, most colorful and most different than many other countries in this world. So there are different types of folk songs. We can say the folk songs of Rajasthan, the folk songs of Karnataka, or any state you go, there are different folk songs you can listen. Folk dances also. The Rajasthan's folk dance is different, the Madhya Pradesh folk dances are different, or folk songs are different, Karnataka's it's different, Maharashtra's it's different. So in our entire nation, when we travel, we can enjoy by listening these old folk songs. Along with that, we can enjoy those folk dances too, which will fill our heart and ears. Here, austerity means simplicity, as simple as that, as well as it gives us ecstasy. Ecstasy means a state of a strong feeling of happiness. It makes us happy. Okay, so that's why we call ourselves as there is unity in diversity, in spite of being belong to different castes, creeds or religions, whatever. We are united together with our rich cultural heritage, tradition, languages, whatever it is. So we should be proud of ourselves that we belong to India, and India is our nation, India is our country. So that's why here, being a foreigner, Mark Tully also tells us, he had written so many books, I explained you, right? So it's only about India. He loved India so much, he liked India so much, and he had written a detailed description about India, its people, tradition, culture, literature, everything. Okay, so here he says there are the folk songs and the classical music with ragas that start with such austerity and end in ecstasy. When we start to hear these folk songs or see the folk dances, such a simple folk dance or folk song also gives us some happiness, he says. Who says here? Mark Tully tells us here through this lesson. So students, in our today's class we learnt about the author Mark Tully and why he wanted to stay in India, what made him to stay back in India, and why he attracted towards its beauty, culture, tradition, everything. And he also spoke about the beautiful flowers which bloom in Delhi, and it gives us a nice scent or smell. He feels all those things and he feels so happy. So everything we learnt here, right? So you have to read it. Up to here you read. Okay, once or twice it is must with the correct pronunciation and stress, pause, everything you have to follow while reading. Okay, these two paragraphs you have to read today. Okay, now I am going to ask you 3 questions. You have to answer these questions by yourself. Okay, just think and answer yourself. Here, your first question is, author saw sunset at 2 places, dash and dash. Author saw sunset at 2 places. Here, Ooty and Kerala, Great Himalayas and Kerala, Ooty and Arabian Sea. Which is the answer? There are 2 answers given here, Great Himalayas and Kerala. So, the author saw sunset at 2 places, Great Himalayas and Kerala, right? Okay. Your second question is, author like to stay in India because of friends, Indian food, India's cultures. Actually, these three options are right, but the most importantly, if you want to select any one option, then you have to select of friends, okay? Because it has mentioned here in your lesson, author like to stay in India because of his friends, okay? Third one is, there is a dry scent of early summer in dash. There is a dry scent of early summer in Mumbai, Delhi or Chennai. It's the easiest one, right? Which is the answer for this? There is a dry scent of early summer in Delhi. Okay. So these are the three questions related to our first part of explanation we learned today. So go through these videos and understand it well and do the homework as well without fail. Thank you for watching.